So here are some of the highlights on Thursday the 11th of July at Goodwood Festival of Speed. And I'm going to start with the new Ford Puma. This is the ST line. So this is the new facelift at the Ford stand. I kind of went through quite a few cars actually, but these are just essentially my highlights from the day. And yeah, as you can see, just basically straight away from the front, it's essentially got a new sort of facelift looked. This is the mild hybrid ST line version as well, the 1 litre. And, you know, I'm just going to be straight away completely honest with you. It's very minimal touches. I quite like the front, but I didn't really notice too much difference at the back. That was just from my opinion from kind of checking it through. But I did have a good look inside, as you can see here. And they've completely updated the steering wheel and the infotainment tech. And the quality felt really good. I kind of went in and I had a little play. I was looking at the screen. I like the Puma kind of sign kind of shown there. The wheel felt really, really nice. It felt more American, which is quite nice actually in some ways. It's an American company. And to have that kind of in Europe, they've kind of made it across the range. Yeah, this is the automatic because that's what the mild hybrid is for all of them essentially. The screen is big. And yeah, eventually when I switched it on, I had a little play. Bear in mind that this was just off the battery. And had a little, like on the touch, they had like the B&O sound system. It was a little bit kind of like stuck on the dash. It was a little bit of an interesting one. This is like my first impressions of it. But everything seemed to work quite speedily while I was there. As I was trying this today actually. Yeah. And some of the features didn't work because the car wasn't actually on. But you essentially got all the drive modes you could choose from. You've got the map. We're in Chichester, which is, yeah, we're Goodwood, near Goodwood House. So where the Festival of Speed actually is. It was actually a gorgeous day as well. So I've got some great sort of like footage of some new models as well, like the M135i, which I want to show you about, the GR Yaris. And also there's a nice car from Matt Armstrong as well, which I snuck in here as well. Plenty of stuff. But yeah, had a good play with it. Again, it just seems to be the way that tech is going now and cars are going. Big screens. But it worked well, so I can't really have any gripes about it. But the whole thing kind of looked like it was stuck on a bit. Very big for the size of the Puma. But I did quite like the touch and the feel of the car. I'm going to do something more in depth about the Puma just in a separate video. Just because I want to kind of just share you my kind of full first impressions of just having a little feel around it. The seats felt good. This one had a pan roof as well. So quite high kind of spec. I was still quite confused about that dash, and I was trying to work out if it kind of obstructs your view a little bit. Seemed to be okay, but it was very much like, yeah, very square, and it was a very interesting design that they kind of decided to put in there and implement. Yeah, a little bit confusing. I had a little bit of a touch and feel as well, just of other materials as I was kind of looking around it. But that was essentially a brief introduction to the new Puma. On to the M135i. Now, this was a big spec car. This had pretty much everything. This was £52,000, this new M135i. They've updated the 1 Series. This one was in like a frozen blue paint. I mean, it looked pretty stunning. The grille's kind of got a little bit smaller, but it's got that big radar at the front. Yeah, again, I had a nice little walk around. Yeah, trying to get around certain people as well. The paint looked really, really good, and they basically changed it now. It's got a 1 on the side as well at the back, so it's got quad exhaust pipes, so it's like a Golf R now. This guy was kind of standing in the way, but eventually kind of got round him to show you it, and that's what it is. It's a little bit more distinctive to an M135i now. I mean, it's incredibly high money because the power has actually stayed the same. But it's gloss back. It's very well built. That's the thing. It looks like a very premium hatch. This one again, the paintwork looks pretty stunning. And I'm glad that you can option stuff like that because it's a big selling point in the car. Pan roof as well, and I had a little play inside the car as well because it was a nice place to spend time in actually. And with the paddles and the wheel, it felt like a proper M car actually, not just an M135i. And well, I suppose it should for the asking price. The seats felt good. It's plenty practical. Again, automatic gearbox. Be interesting to see what it drives like. Harman Kardon sound system. Yeah, I had a good little sort of touch and feel today, and yeah, it was nice to get a first like initial impressions. But yeah, onto the GR Yaris. Now this is the new GR Yaris that's kind of been introduced. They've done a few changes, but to be honest, I'm just happy that they're kind of making hot hatches. That's why I've kind of thrown in the likes of the M135i, and obviously that was an ST line, but you can get a full ST. And this is the new Supra as well, which I thought had quite a cool look to it and a cool wing. But yeah, the GR Yaris is kind of back, and it's updated, and that's the look. It's definitely a lot different. I mean, look at the rear of that. That's a big difference from the previous model, and the colours look quite nice. Again, the carbon roof. It's a very unique bespoke car, and they were really popular. I had plenty of times driving them. This one's a circuit pack car because it's got lightweight wheels. They've changed the inside, which sadly I couldn't really quite go in because it's quite a fresh car, this one. But yeah, as you can see there, GR Yaris looking pretty special with those grills and the intakes. It's a proper little great piece of kit. Toyota Supra alongside it as well. Yeah, very nice. And then I had a little look around these ones. This was kind of like my first impression. I mean, look at the size of that wing. That's really showing me that they're just trying to make things fun, and that's kind of why it took my attention. This is the special edition, and they both look very special. They look a step above the standard GR Yaris, and the colours look really good. I like the wing. It's proper out there. For sure, it's going to cost you more money, but it's a yeah, I mean, look at that. It's like a full-on rally car for the road. And the way with Toyota, everything kind of works as it should. And it actually does what, basically it's all functional. That wing will do something. Those, the colour will do, looks, as it would when you kind of order the car. Moving on finally, because I wanted to talk about Matt Armstrong, because he's got a fantastic YouTube channel, but I've never really gone up close to one of his cars. And this is his McLaren 720S that he rebuilt. And it's absolutely stunning. Like, absolutely mind-blowing in person. Going through, looking at all the carbon fibre parts that go onto it, looking at the Aerodisc wheels, looking at that paintwork. I mean, I never really truly appreciated it until I went up and close and personal. I have watched his videos and I'm a subscriber of his. And the attention to detail is immaculate. This looked better than I would say a McLaren would probably look coming out of the factory. Couldn't believe it. I mean, you would have no idea what it's kind of gone through. Yeah, I love the kind of flair of it. I love the look. It's obviously incredibly quick, the 720S. And yeah, it's something I just wanted to share kind of towards the end of this. There are plenty of highlights of the Goodwood Festival Speed, and I really would recommend people going. The reason why I kind of wanted to put this video up for the Thursday is because I'm pretty confident we've got the only day of sun on the Thursday. So I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an overview. If you do want to go, you get to see loads and loads of stuff. I've got plenty more footage actually, and I'll do some separate videos in the future actually. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview and the highlights, just to give you a little bit of a taster. If you subscribe to my channel, you probably like these kind of cars. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments on the stuff that I've shown and what are your thoughts on them, and subscribe, plenty more content to come.